audience, just watching. Yeah?
And we're either leaders or we are followers. So today on the show, we are ready to engage in yet another interesting and impactful conversation. And it's centered on leadership and age. Welcome to Today with John and Helen, live, your wholesome family show on Plus TV Africa. I'm Mama Helen Odele. Name hasn't changed. And I'm always grateful to God for the gift of life and for your attention.
It changed slightly today.
It didn't change.
The Onwa came before the Helen.
They are all my
They are the
names.
same.
They can't go anywhere.
Well, our conversation is on leadership and age, like you heard, and it's all encompassing from the family, corporate world, politics, and what have you. We have a guest who has seen it all, like they say, talking about leadership. The twist, however, is in what age has got to do with leadership. I am John Senaya, or could we say Senaya John?
Senaya John. John Senaya.
And it's great knowing you're there. Welcome on board.
All right, so John, the answer to that question and many others will come, I believe, after the break, because our guest is already seated and he's ready to go. This is Today with John and Helen once again, and we shall be back in a bit. Please, please, please don't go anywhere.
Yeah, thanks for staying there. Well, would I be correct to say that leadership knows neither age, race, nor gender? Well, leadership is simply the act of guiding a team, a country, people, or an individual to achieving set goals through purposeful direction and motivation. Would that be right, Helen?
Yeah. Well, the guest will tell us more. I see he's nodding his head. Young or old, some believe that leaders are born, while others say that they are made. But before all of that, John, anything impactful, anything remarkable, on your mind that we can share with our
On my mind,
friends out there this morning?
on my mind, I think during the week I read that a certain pastor, showed his heart of kindness to the family of the fallen hero. Yeah,
True. Some weeks ago, I mean, a lot of us were really thrown into mourning when we saw that young girl being beaten and burned alive in a secondary school environment in Kano, and we had so many questions, But someone just rose from in Nigeria and said, this girl should have been the light to this family. And now that light has been taken out. What can we do? And he offered the whole family circle.
Yeah.
We are told that he's relocated all of them to Port Harcourt. He's giving them accommodation. He's giving the younger brother full scholarship abroad, And he's done so much for the father and the mother of the child.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of relief.
We can only hope that we have many more Nigerians that will be able to do that.
Especially in a week where we're celebrating the younger ones. It was Children's Day yesterday.
It was Children's Day yesterday.
Yes. So the whole week,
Yes,
children were celebrated.
Yeah, it brought me a whole feeling of nostalgia. Remember in those days when we would, all file out and go to the race course here in Lagos, just for Children's Day. And it always was exciting for us.
I just keep, I hope that it's not just a celebration every 365 days.
Yeah.
That really the plight of the children are taken into consideration and their lives are made better policy-wise and implementation-wise, right from the family up to, the highest level.
And it has to be across the country. Because
Across
now we're beginning to see some states doing better in some areas than others. So there has to be, some. Well, anyway, let's wish our children a belated happy Children's
It's still on.
Day.
I'm sure this weekend a lot of them are still going out to have fun.
Course. Yes. So we say that age and leadership is the reason we're here today. And we're lucky to have with us Dr. Olukunle Iyonda, who comes with an impressive and rather intimidating profile in this field. Dr. Yoda holds an MBA from Olabisi Onabanjo University, an MSc in corporate governance from Leeds Beckett University, and a PhD in information system management from Walden University, Minnesota in USA. And I refuse to be intimidated by all of this.
Our guest is a persuasive performance-driven and energetic leader with more than 20 years of comprehensive management positions and achievements across various industries. He's been in manufacturing, he's been in healthcare, he's been a management consultant and in higher educations. He is, at the moment, managing partner, Design Thinkers Group, West Africa, as well as founder, CEO, Broots Consulting.
Yes, Dr. Yoda told us off camera when we asked him how come he got so many certificates, and he said it was out of nothing to do. Well, I wish I would have nothing to do to be able to get all of this. Dr. Yoda, by the way, works also with organizations to help build capabilities, strategy development, innovation, change, leadership, and corporate culture. He is Senior Fellow, Nigeria Leadership Institute, Fellow, Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria, Associate, Nigeria Institute of Taxation, Member, American College of Healthcare Executives, Member, Chartered Institute of Management UK, and so much more. Join us. Join us to welcome to the studio Dr. Olukunle Iyoda. You are finally,
yes,
you've landed. Finally.
Oh boy.
You're welcome, sir.
And we had to, keep a lot of them out to land.
You're welcome.
All right, it's a privilege, sir.
Thank you so much.
To be able to share this space with you on this show today.
Yeah, I look forward to it, and it's a privilege to be with you guys this morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
So, age and leadership is the thrust of today's show. Can you give us an opening remark?
Well, very interesting. Maybe my opening remark, the way I want to put it, is to tell people, especially those who have been with a lot of agitations concerning, leadership and age, to say that age has nothing whatsoever to do with leadership. It's been proven over and over again. Okay, if you talk of wisdom, well, it has something to do with leadership.
Okay.
However, wisdom and leadership has nothing to do with age. So, and I believe that why are we even bothering ourselves with the issue of age when we're supposed to be looking at competence and success? Because over the years, or if you look at the history of human beings, you will discover that there are people that have led at a very young age. Why? Because they are able to show competence. They'll be able to see that there is a problem that needs to be solved for millions of people. So they are not waiting to be fed. I think that what led us to begin to think of maybe gender, maybe age is an entitlement mentality.
Okay.
Wherein we just feel that we have to sit down and somebody has to give it to us because I'm a woman, somebody has to give it to me because I'm young, somebody has to give it to me because I'm an elder. All right. Not necessarily because of value we are able to create.
Okay, so Dr. Yoda, you've answered all of our questions in your opening remarks.
No, yes.
But what we're going to do now is we're going to take them one after the other.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're going to break each aspect down. Because we have all day, in quotes. We have all day. And really, this is a subject that we really must address. Because it's right there at the tip of our tongues. It's on the forefront.
Right in our faces.
Yes. Now, let's start. There are two sides to this leadership question. Young and old. Is anyone too young or too old to be a leader? Let's break that down.
All right. If I want to, if we look at it on the surface, the answer would be no one is too young, no one is too old. However, that's just on the surface. Yes, somebody can be too young to be a leader. If you're an infant cannot lead, for instance. All right? Because I believe that a leader is someone who knows left from right. Anybody who can know the left from right, who can distinguish between good and evil, is qualified to be a leader. However, If you become too old and you become senile, can you still be a leader? So you can get too old, become senile, so your mental capacity is not there anymore, so you cannot lead.
Okay.
Or you become too young,
you're
an infant that you cannot distinguish between good and evil, between right and wrong, okay, then you cannot lead. So long as your mental state is okay, you can lead, regardless of gender, regardless of age.
Okay.
So he walked into the next question.
Okay.
He walked right into it. So I'll
Yes,
leave it
yes,
to
yes.
us.
No, he walked right into it because he has said only when someone has become senile is unable to probably take that leadership initiative, and maybe when the strength is no longer there and all that. That's the only time that age, in terms of old, becomes an issue. So how did we get to where we are, where age has become such an important factor in our leadership? What has age really got to leadership quality? You have said really nothing. But how come we are at a point where we have
become such an
agitations here
issue.
and there, Sometime last year, the young people were all over the place, not too young to rule. And what's the point? What are the hindrances? Why this discussion on age and leadership?
You see, each time we talk about age and leisure and said, okay, somebody is too young or somebody is too old, we need to go back to history. Look at the founding fathers of Nigeria. At what age do they become whatever they have?
Leaders. Yeah.
You look at somebody like Gowon, who became
At
at 29.
29,
All right?
yeah.
What's his name? Muritala died at the age of 38. Jonathan was president of Nigeria in his 40s. Same go for Babangida. Same go for even the current president. Maybe the problem is you have youth who came into leadership and they desire to sit for so long. All right? So you have people who possibly got into leadership position at the age of 20-something or 30-something, and they have been there for the past 50 years.
They refuse to leave.
They refuse to leave.
But it's their constituency.
All right. So, and why do they refuse to leave? Because they were accepted by us. I believe that the kind of leaders we get is the kind of leader that we ask for. I always say that you can't have a good leader in any society where you want a good leader, but you need great followers. Okay. Because if you don't have great followers, you cannot have good leaders. All right. So if I want to sit there and I say, okay, I want to be a member of House of Representatives and I want to be there forever and ever. If I'm not serving the will of the people and the people know what the will is and their desire is, what are they going to do? They will kick me out. So if they don't kick me out and I continue to be there because you have compromised followership, then there's going to be a problem. How do followers get compromised? We see what is wrong, we decide to keep quiet about it. So long as you can give somebody 1,000, 2,000 to vote, to sell their conscience, that's a compromised leadership, isn't it? Followership rather. So long as followers see that, okay, this person is just a PS or a director in the ministry, his salary is possibly 200,000, but he's doing something of 200 million, and we decide to keep quiet, then something is wrong.
Yeah.
Today, I'll be glad to see that my brother or my sister became the president of this country. All right. So all the attacks that have been, throwing to those who are there now, what happened? I keep quiet because now I'm a strong beneficiary. And I begin to ask myself that maybe the reason why sometimes the noise becomes so much is because we are not part of those who are sharing that cake. Which is quite unfortunate. If we are all driven by value, then it doesn't matter who is there. But the question is that the value has been completely eroded. I remember when we were growing up, if they say your father is a thief, you won't be able to go to school the next day.
Yeah.
If they say somebody in your family, in fact, when you want to marry, they will first of all examine, I hope there is no prisoners in the family. But today, you know what happened? When a leader is sent to prison and is released, we are going to get us able to go and welcome them.
Wow.
So, and that's why I'm saying that maybe we should pipe a little bit low about leadership and begin to talk about followership, because the leaders did not drop from heaven, they are from us, right? But you may not have had leaders who have been there for so long, and if the society decides to tolerate them, then do you blame them for it?
Yeah.
Okay, John, before you come in with your next question, his answers just, tipped something in me now. Leaders, what are the qualities that are expected of them that probably we do not see? Now you're saying that the followership is even more important. What's the quality of a followership that will assist a leader to achieve?
All right. Very interesting question. Let's talk about followership again. Okay, Nigeria is some madness that somebody will use taxpayers' money, right, to buy buses and all of that, and they put his name there as the governor. Or you use the government, use taxpayers' money to do the road, right?
And
you name it after yourself.
Yes.
And all of us as followers, we go there and we say, oh yeah, we clap for.
He did this.
He did this. You know what? Because we don't even know our rights.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're supposed to say, we are not supposed to clap for anybody because you have done the road.
Job.
Because it's your job.
Because that's the reason you're there.
We are not supposed to clap for you because you build a new hospital or you build a railway station. We don't supposed to. Number one, it's not your money you used to do it. It's our money that you used to do it. The only reason why we put you there is for you to do those things. So why should we clap for you because you have done it?
Yeah, because others didn't do it.
So it becomes like an exception. So good performance become an exception in our society, in which once you see a governor that decided to do a road, guess what? All of us, oh, he did a road for us.
Yeah.
And the governor sings all about it.
Yeah, which is unfortunate. However, great followership means that you will say, Mr. Governor, we elected you to do this. You have not done it. You want to know the reason why it has not been done. Are we together on that?
Yes.
Because until the followers begin to know that the leaders are not the one in charge, and that leaders are supposed to lead from behind.
Wow.
Yes.
Until you bring empathy into leadership. Empathy means that as a leader, I must understand my personal challenge in the context of a global challenge of the people.
Yes.
So I must be able to subdue my personal challenge into that of the people's challenge. All right? I must know what they feel. How many of our leaders can we really say that know what we are feeling?
Or care about what we're feeling?
Or care about what we are or even understand it? It's an issue that we need to really discuss.
Yes, doctor.
Yes.
Doctor, yeah. You see, when I was preparing myself for this program, or at least I tried to do that mentally, I promised myself that we will not make it look like we're talking about politics.
Yes.
Leadership is that.
But the topic is such that the first place your mind goes, given all that is happening, is politics.
But politics is everything.
I mean,
The corporate world is
it's
politics.
all about governance.
The family
governance.
is
And I want to tell you because when you talk about leadership, why you cannot take away political leadership, because political leadership is the umbrella.
Yes.
So whether I talk about corporate leadership, whether I talk about
Leadership in the
community
family,
leadership,
yeah.
Yes.
everything is still within that
The
umbrella.
rules are the same.
The rules are the same.
The rules are the same.
So, and what people see, the question, I'm a community leader in my place and I'm doing the little bit that I can do. But what I'm able to achieve may be dependent on what I'm permitted largely, to achieve. However, having said that, I'm also the opinion that when we look at leadership, can we begin to address it from various levels?
Yeah.
In my office as a corporate
Yes.
CEO,
Yes.
okay, what kind of leadership are we talking about?
In
Now,
the
when I talk
community.
about empathy, okay, I'm not talking about sympathy. I'm talking about leaders that understand the feelings of the people that they lead.
Yeah.
And you must understand that, for me, the definition of leadership is more of working with the people to ensure their success. So I'm there as the CEO to build the people. That's why I'm there.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I was talking to my human resource manager, and I was saying, we need to call this staff. I said, where we have given the person query, we have done this, I said, no, let's call them. Maybe there's psychological issue that this person is dealing
going
with.
through.
And I said, let me tell you, workplace is to build people. I know that we want them to work so that the bottom line can be okay.
Yeah.
But it's first time, as a leader, we must recognize that we are there to build people. We are there to remove barriers that will not make them to succeed.
And you're dealing with human beings, not machines.
We talk about American dream. What is the meaning of American dream? American dream is create an environment where everybody that is in the US can thrive and prosper.
And be happy.
Yeah. Takes away all obstacles.
Yes.
And what we are looking at, let's look at it. Let's say politically, as a citizen, whatever will not make me to succeed is taken away. Mm-hmm. It could be system, it could be policy. Yeah. In my place of work, the same thing. Even in my family. Yeah. I'm a father. You are a mother. We are supposed to give leadership. Yeah. All right? Mm-hmm. And that leadership means that what do I need to do to ensure that my children succeed? That is the first thing, okay? So if you are unable to take all those impediments that will enable them to succeed, then you are failed as a leader. And that is what it is also when we talk about either political or corporate or community leadership.
Now, let's take it down to brass tacks again. Let's go. I'm trying to not make it sound like we're attacking our politicians, So let's do a throwback to when I was in school. In those days, age was never a factor. In deciding who led the class, for instance. It was really a matter of intelligence, maybe ability. So what has changed? What do you think has changed?
What I think has changed is our value systems has been completely eroded. In this country, you see a parent who will pay someone to write JAMB for their children. Yeah. So what are they telling them? In this country, you will see someone who wants his or her to get to position in the school and will go and pay for it. We have even seen situations whereby somebody will go to the principal of the school and say, I want my son to be this. And because at the PTA he has the biggest voice, the loudest voice, and is able to do one or two things, we get compromised. So, and when you have stuff like that, what kind of leaders are you going to have? I used to tell, some of my younger friends, I said, you will shout that you don't want your child to be on phone.
Yeah.
Right. No, it's to spending so much time on phone.
And you are there.
But you are there. And the only thing they are seeing is what you are doing.
Yes. You are the example.
You are, okay. So, how did we get it wrong? We got it wrong because at every levels, we are more of talkers than doers.
Okay.
So the only thing we are doing is just to talk and expect people to do differently. And most times we think that those laws that we made are not for us. We can do as we like, we are matured, and all of that is for other people. No. And that's why I'm saying that a leader must live from behind. Yeah. What makes you to be a leader is you are wise. What is wisdom? You are knowledgeable. You are able to apply that knowledge to bring about social change, positive social change. That makes you to be a good leader.
Experience.
For us to say that you have wisdom, you have the mental capability, okay? You are able to see things from diverse perspective. That is wisdom.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So it's possible for you to have people who are very, very smart, who have gone to the best schools in this world, got the best education, yet they are not wise.
They are not wise.
And we have to ask ourselves, do we have knowledgeable leaders or do we have wise leaders?
So which one is? We'd rather go for.
You cannot become.
You can't both.
You can't become wise without being knowledgeable,
and vice versa. Okay.
And when you are wise, being wise means I'm able to see John and I say, John shouldn't be in this situation. John shouldn't be in this condition. Okay, that is wisdom.
But would a young potential leader
see that?
Be wise?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. It has nothing. Wisdom has nothing to do with age. It has to do with exposures. It has to do with your life experiences.
Yes.
And we have seen somebody who is 70 years old and behaving like
that is not wise.
All right. You remember that funny stuff that came out, funny story of that young boy that the mother wanted to build and say, Mommy, be calming down. Isn't that wisdom? To say, yes, I know that things are, but Mommy, I know I'm not nowhere, but just calm down.
And we'll get results when you're calmed. When your
That is what
karma.
wisdom is all about. And if at that point in time, the mom decided to calm
Calm
down.
down.
Don't you think that
That
boy has successfully led the mother
Through wisdom.
through wisdom?
No, but what about
No.
age and competence?
Okay.
Age and competence.
Because you've not only talked about competence, you've talked about performance, you've talked about wisdom, you've talked about results, and all of that. So, is it about the young or the old for all of this to fall in place?
All right. So let's look at the major corporations you have in the world today.
Yeah.
Either Facebook, either Google, either Uber, either all these things.
Their age brackets.
What is their age bracket? Other pay stack that we have in Nigeria,
Yeah.
Flutterwave, that we have in Nigeria, Andela that you have. Those guys, how do they start? They were all in their 20s. Some of them are even younger than 20s. And they're able to build multi-billion dollars corporation that is multiple times bigger than Nigerian budget.
That's right.
And they were leading those organizations
That's right.
in their thousands. So when you see sometimes one want to kill ourselves over, and you see that Google has over $200 billion in its current account. Nigeria total foreign reserve is still hovering between 30-something billion dollars. Do you get what we're trying to say? So in terms of impact, so leadership must be looking at in terms of competence and impact.
Yeah.
I mean, and the success. So competence is point that, okay, he's knowledgeable, he has what it takes to do it, right? Okay, but he's also successful in doing that thing that he set out to do. So if you are not successful in doing it, then you have not really led. And it's when you have done something maybe over and over again that people will say, oh, wow, we want to be like this guy. Okay, they want to buy into that thing that you have done. We have to know that it's all about solving problems. And if you're able to solve the pain point of people, then you see that people will follow you. Look at this Pakistani, lady that was shot. How old was he when he was shot? And look at the one Nobel Prize award. Look at the numbers of followers that simply by saying, I want to stand for what is right.
Okay.
And that's leadership.
Wow. We are about to take a break. But before then, let me quickly throw this in. The perspectives and beliefs may possibly be the main drivers for the agitation for young leadership in the future or in the now. Wouldn't this be a selfish move?
Well, there's a study that actually confirmed that perspective has a lot to do with either old or young, all right? As a matter of fact, politically or in terms of how we govern ourselves in the community, there is that general perspective to believe that the older you are, the better you are able to manage. Even the younger generation. Because look at populations of Nigeria. Do you know that between the age of 19 to 34, we have about 40-something people, 40-something%.
Yes.
As a matter of fact, those who are older than 65 in Nigeria, guess their percentage, they are just 2.7% of Nigerian population. Just 2.7%. So when we talk about, okay, we have somebody who is 90-year-old in office and all of that. But if you feel that that person is not doing well, we have what it takes to have the person to leave.
Dr. Yoda,
Okay.
I'm going to ask you to just pause there.
Okay.
I mean, clearly, age and leadership has been our focus today. That's very obvious. And our guest has helped us to drive home the point.
Yeah.
Young or old, leadership is about inspiring others and achieving what they never thought they could do. We'll take a quick breather here. Doctor, you will still be here with us. So we'll ask our viewers, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hello and welcome again to Tech Talk. On today with John and Ellen, I am here to tell you ways you can build an active online presence for your business and quadruple, in short, times 10 your business in no time using social media, using digital marketing techniques. Now, many people, when they employ a social media manager, it's actually funny. They expect the social media manager to do the magic and transform their business and make it like, oh, we're making 100K sales before we hired you. After we hired you, we should be making 10 million worth of sales. Now, I mean, social media managers are not magicians, you know. Now, social media managers can help boost your online presence. Yes, they can come up with a content strategy for you, content marketing strategy, a video marketing strategy. They write your copies. They can, you know, help you beef up your social media. They post regularly. But that might not automatically translate to sales. The reason is because, you know, their job is to draw the people to your store. Let's say you have a physical store, a restaurant, a fast food, a fashion house, you know, whatever you sell, and you have an Instagram page or a Facebook page or a Twitter page, you know, then you hire a social media person to just handle that aspect of your business. Now, the thing is this, what they can do is to help you draw foot traffic into the store, you know, by creating posts that let people know maybe your location, let people come into your store. But you see, as a business owner, it's still your duty to sell. And there are a lot of variables when it comes to the actual sale. So the social media manager has provided the leads, they have come to the store. But now, how is your customer service? You know, your customer service can turn them off, can turn them away. How do you have that product at that particular time? You know, let's say they came to buy a particular type of makeup, you know, at that particular time, do you have it? Oh, we're out of stock, or we don't have that anymore, or we don't sell it. You know, that is not the fault of the social media person. The third reason can be that maybe when they came to the store, they were a bit disappointed because, like, we social media managers, we content managers, we know how to hype products, how to hype services, how to hype organizations online. We take with clean pictures, nice videos. You know, people that are watching online will think that that place is one fantastic, big, fine place. But when they come, you know, they look at it like, is this what I saw? You know, there is this funny mime that's going on now, what I ordered versus what I got, you know. So they see the Instagram page or see it on Facebook, and they're like, this place is not as big as what I was thinking now, you know. So those are some of the variables that determine if a customer actually gives you money when they come to your physical store. So when you hire a social media manager, a content manager to help build your online presence, you know, and you know, you expect that your sales will go from this to this. It could go, yes, possibly we could, yes, with the techniques we will implement for your business, sales will definitely go up. But is your customer service right? You know, how are the customers being answered, being attended to when they come to the store after seeing you online? How do you actually have a variety of products? You know, how is a physical store? Is a physical store enticing enough to want people to want to spend money? Those are some of the variables that would determine a customer actually spending money. So please, don't crucify your social media manager. His job is just to draw the customers to you. You do the kill by yourself.
All right, this is Today with John and Helen, and we are still talking age and leadership. I wish we would shake this table a lot more, okay? So how does decisiveness, integrity, relationship building, problem solving, dependability, ability to teach and mentor, accountability, empathy, vision, resilience, humility, and a lot more, how do these play out in the leadership or in leadership? Now, where are we likely to get all of this? Is it in the younger ones or in the older ones? You have gone round and round and talked about it, but these things are just rolling in my head. And I am holding the aspect that you said, that the followership are the most important. Okay, John?
I wish I made a list of all what you asked for. But I tried to box everything into leadership quality.
Yes.
Because all of what you said, really, I don't know. Doctor, do you agree with me? One thing I am sure about is that there's something missing. The word together. Together seems to be a word that's been missing in this conversation. And yet, it may well be the solution to our problem. How do we do this? This leadership thing. How do we do it together? Young
Collaboration
and old.
between...
Young and old, yeah.
Well, thank you so much, for that. I may have a different perspective because for me, it's still like us seeing leadership like a national cake
Okay.
that needs to be shared. So as a result, we are saying together, let's get the younger ones, let's get the older ones. But my own stand is, if the older ones are the ones who are performing, so be it. If the younger ones are the ones who can do it, kick them out and be in charge.
Then we
Okay,
can have a
because
mix.
what we are, but they are already mixed, aren't they?
Okay.
You don't go to any state and all of them are
They're
old.
all old, yeah.
You don't go to any local government and everyone is old. You don't.
Yes.
Even in government, some of the government agencies, you see people, executive director at their 30s, even less than 30s. So it's already mixed. We are already together. But it's a question of perceptions. And I'm saying that if somebody have anything good to offer, I read, one of the leaders I follow a lot, I read virtually all his book, is Barack Obama. And I tried to see how Obama became the president of the United States of America.
Yeah.
It's not by being docile. It's not by being sitting there and saying, you know what, I'm a minority, I'm black guy. They're supposed to get the black guy as a president. I'm qualified to be that president.
It's not by just
so
mouthing
I'm waiting for somebody to come and call me.
Not by just mouthing it.
But he had it exactly. So he had a dream. I can be the president. Who say I cannot be?
Yeah.
And he laid out his strategy. He engaged with the people. He worked day and night.
And he married the right woman.
I married the right woman. They didn't give him the established, political system didn't give him the opportunity. But guess what? And that's why I talk about followership.
Yes.
Guess what? Like tsunami, he came and there was a big disruptions. You know why that happened? Because you have informed followers.
Yes.
It truly would have happened if you don't have that. Okay, something very nice just happened in Adamawa, right? That you elected APC Guba, was a woman now who was able to fight against some established, That's what we are talking about. And we are going to see more and more of that.
We hope.
What is important is we need to educate each other.
Yes.
We need to define the kind of leadership that we want.
Yes.
And where we don't even know that, guess what? Somebody can stand up here in this little room and say, I want to be the governor of Lagos State. And these are my strategy. But you see, if you start with fear, one of the things I've always seen is for people to think, you know what, the established political system will not allow you.
Yes.
And the question I ask is that who allowed them when they got there?
Okay.
You want to be a CEO of an organization and you say, okay, they're not going to allow me. Who allowed those who got there? It's when you are able to show that you have what it takes. And I believe that politically, people are getting more informed in Nigeria now. People are getting more informed. We've seen that happen, we don't want to go into politics, but we have seen it happen. We have seen disruptions, in Nigerian political system, haven't we?
Oh, yeah.
We've seen it. But it will get to a point that, look at in the US, you can probably predict who is going to win what. Based on what? Critical factors of
Pedigree.
healthcare, critical factor of employment,
The areas of...
critical factors of inflation, those things that affect people directly. And once those things that affect them directly is taken out from them, you can be sure that party is going to lose. But in Nigeria, it's what Spela calls suffering and smiling, Things are not going right. However, what is the place of religion in what we are doing? What is the place of ethnicity? What is the place of gender?
Yeah.
Right? In which I'm going to say, okay, well, Even though I know that Ellen is the most qualified, but Ellen is not from Lagos State, so we rather vote for John, even though we know John is not the one.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay, so you have to look at the issue of ethnicity, and we have to begin to drill it into our heads to say, let's leave ethnicity behind, let's leave gender behind, let's leave age behind. Age is just one of it. I can tell you that today, okay, we are shouting Muslim, Christian, okay, young people. So tomorrow, Helen again is the most qualified. She's female, right? But she's a Christian. And she's from the north. Okay? So, even though by definition of north, you are in the majority. But guess what happened? All of a sudden, you become the minority.
Because you're female.
Because you are female. So at that point in time, those in the north are not going to be looking at you and say he's from the north. No, he's female, no. So let's go for John. John is from Lagos. But he's male. So, and that is why we always talk about the issue of diversity, equity, and inclusion.
DEI.
Inclusion.
Yeah. That's the way of the world now.
And if we are able to bring that into our polity, I think we'll see a lot of change. People have talked about strong institutions, and I always ask myself, we talk about strong institution. What is strong institution? Strong institution is not going to fall from heaven. Is it not people that are going to be there?
Yeah.
So what's strong? So the first thing we need to deal with before we can even begin to talk of quality leadership and all of
You
that,
have to put the structures in place.
put the structure there.
Yes.
We need to wash our brain. We need to get the right value. We need to be able to call a spade a spade. We need to know that what is important is whoever can make me to be more successful is the kind of leader I want. But do we even know what success is as followers?
Wow.
That is the issue. Do we know what success is?
Helen, if you don't stop doctor, you won't ask the next question.
Yeah, but we got the doctor here. We brought him here because we know that he's capable, of answering our questions. While I was getting ready for this yesterday, doctor, I ran into something that showed some advantages and disadvantages in having a leader who is young and who is old. In terms of the older one will sit there and probably not embrace change. I've been doing this for 101 years. Why do I have to change my strategy, for example? And the younger ones come with bright and new ideas because they are more aware of what's going on in the world. And I'd like you to speak on this.
One of the interesting studies done by University of Queensland in 2011 again says that age does not make you wiser. So the fact that I've been doing it, and that's your point.
Does it make you more daring, more bold to be able to take?
Your experience, you can't buy experience.
Yeah, I'm coming. But when you talk about the experience also does not come by age. It comes by exposures. You will see younger people who possibly have gone through a whole lot that myself and you have not been through.
That's right.
Who have gone through, they have gone through a lot of issues of lives. They have gone to the university of life that has taught them a lot of lessons.
That's right. Yeah.
But maybe I'm from the privileged home. Everything always worked for me and all of that. So what experience have I got? And that's why sometimes when people talk about experience, I say, is it experience of 50 years doing the same thing over and over again? Will you compare that experience with somebody of 10 years who have done several things within that span of 10 years? Okay, so I don't believe that the fact that you are elderly and does not mean you are mature.
Okay.
Age and maturity are not the same thing, even though they're supposed to be a relationship. In Yoruba, there is what they call agbaya. And what's the meaning of agbaya? To say that
you're old, but
you are old, but you are not
Useless.
wise. You are useless. You get what I'm trying to say? So you can be old actually, but you are not wise.
okay.
So they will call you, he's agbaya now, because you can't even think.
Doctor, you know what our worry is?
Yes.
I'm talking as a representative of the youth now.
Yes.
What our worry is that we have structures. Let's imagine we have structures already. Are the youth trusted enough to keep these structures in the right place? Because they want to they want to upturn the whole apple cart. They want to change everything. But there are structures that have to be kept. Will the youth, or are they trusted enough to keep the structures on?
I don't have any problem with that because I think they will even improve more on it. Because when you look at what some of these young people are doing, is amazing in their little space.
But they're changing everything now. They'll confuse us.
They're not changing everything, because don't forget that the world is changing.
Okay.
And some of us who are old, we are not changing with the time. We are not swimming, with the time.
Some of us are still
So we are still analog. So some of us just think that all is required. No, this is how we have been doing it, so let's stay there. But they are saying, no, this is what is happening, this is what is changing, so you have to change it with it.
Yeah.
One of the critical skills that is expected of a future leader or current leader is adaptability.
Okay.
How flexible are you? So if you say you are a leader, we want to look at it. Do you believe in collaborations? Do you believe in diverse perspective? Are you very flexible? Albert Einstein said that we cannot solve the current problem with the same mentality that we used to create them.
Wow. Okay.
So what that tells us is that, this is a problem. We need a fresh perspective into our problems. And the Nigerian youth have that. Have you seen young Nigerians abroad? Have you seen how they are thriving?
Yeah, you're right.
Have you seen some of them even in parliament, House of Parliament in some countries?
Absolutely, yes.
So if they can achieve that, they can achieve it there. And you know what? The current legislation has given that opportunity to every youth to participate.
But they're leaving us out.
How?
How are they leaving you out?
Because they've already said that for you to be
fast enough.
They've already said
They've
that you can be a president at the age of 30. So what do you want? They never said that, for you to be a president in Nigeria, you must have a PhD and you must be 55 years old. So what is stopping you?
Maybe it's a
Those
lack
have
of
the basic.
understanding.
Yeah, I think.
You see, there is mutual suspicion, which we've talked about.
That is it.
Okay? In which the youth feel that, there's no point for us to contest against the established leadership because they will not even
won't
allow
let
us.
us, yeah.
You know the reason why they are saying that? When we say that, we are saying that we don't have something better to offer than what they are offering.
Okay.
That's what that means. If you say, no, they won't allow us. Because it's all about value creation. But if I, as a youth, says, I don't care whether it is XYZ who has been there for the past 50 years. I don't care. I have a better idea. And I go from one corner to the other and I'm, selling my ideas.
Yeah.
And people say, wow, that makes sense. I think this one is better than what we have.
Yes.
I will get there. So I think what I need to say is that our listeners should know that age has nothing to do with leadership. Age has nothing to do with wisdom. What you need is courage. And if you have that courage, you will continue. And let me tell you, I always say that for those of us who feel that we are better than the rest, and that's why we are not in politics, okay? Some people say, no, politics is dead. So if you say politics is dirty, you don't want to be in it. What you are saying is that those people you are condemning will be the one that will continue to rule you.
Yeah.
So if you have good value, system, you feel that you can solve the problems of this country, it could even be sewage. Okay, you know what? I'm going to Lagos State House of Assembly, I'm going to contest. And my interest is just how we can deal with the sewage situation in Lagos. And this is my formula.
You know what? What you just did, Doctor? You just answered what would have been my last question.
Oh, really?
I was going to ask you. Okay, so who or what is going to harmonize this collaboration? Get this kind of collaboration in place for the old and the young to work together.
Because after this conversation, I have seen that leadership is not only about who is at the top. There's leadership at different levels. And you need to be equipped. But I'm asking in this environment, maybe are there places where you can learn to be a leader, or are leaders born or made? But John's question,
but that
we use that to wrap.
Please, in 15 seconds.
Yes.
Because we have to wrap up now.
So you've convinced me now. Because you have taken
John's question.
What's John's question now?
Okay.
John's question is
The place
who
of
or
harmony.
what? Yeah, who or what will be able to harmonize all of this? I mean, it's like, where do we look? Where do we look
Sure.
for proper guidance?
For you to be harmonized, again, I say that there has to be a proper awakening of the people. There are no two ways to it. There must be a proper awakening of the people to say, what kind of society do we want? We are talking about age. Okay, we have been clamoring now for women representations and all of that, either in politics or in the boardroom. Okay, let's talk about politics. Don't forget that a little bit, maybe about 51% of our populations are women. So how come women have not been elected?
Now,
Who is stopping them?
In 5 seconds,
So in 5 seconds, for us to harmonize this, again, let there be that consciousness to
Yes.
say, this is the kind of people, this is the kind of leader that we want. This is the problem we want to solve. This is who can help us to solve that problem. And it doesn't
Irrespective
matter
of.
so
the age.
in totality, the
It's
end
all about people.
Is about the people.
It's the people, it's the people.
It's
It's the
about
people
our
that will
consciousness.
exactly.
So, Helen, consciously, let's wrap up this program.
Okay, consciously. I guess our job is done. As far as this topic is concerned, we generously would like to say thank you, sir,
Thank you so
for your
much.
time. I have thoroughly enjoyed today. And I have a lot more questions to ask, but we will save that for another day.
Another time.
Yes, yes.
Well, I'll just end by asking Dr. Yoda, please, can I be your friend?
Oh yeah, you are my friend already. I like you guys.
So
You're my
thank you so
friend.
much for that. Thank you so much.
All right, so this is how far we can go on this segment, but you know, there's more on the show. It's Today with John and Helen, and we'll just take a quick break at this end and allow the next segment to roll in.
Yeah.
What would that be, John?
The next segment. Should I keep it a secret?
Are we going to keep fitting?
We'll go fit.
Okay.
We'll do the fitness.
So let's do that.
Okay.
Hello everyone and welcome to another session with us. All right, so as you've noticed, we're on the floor today because we're working abs. We're cooking those 6 packs. You want some? Yeah, I know you do. So get a mat and let's get on the floor. We're going to go straight into the workout now. So first of all, just a point to notice, you want to make sure there's no space here. So don't stay on the floor like this and have a space. That way you hurt your back. Instead, tilt your pelvis forward. Make sure your lower back is completely on the floor. Now you can see there's no space at all. And this is the position you stay for every workout that you do on the floor. Okay, so we have 6 workouts and we're going to go into them. We're going to start with the first workout, which is a sit-up and a punch-punch. We're going to use my timer to help us do this right, okay? So let's go. Sit-up, punch-punch, that's it. As you go down, don't let your shoulders touch the floor completely, unless it will be a little bit difficult to come back up. If you can't come so high, right here is okay for me. Last one, and rest. Very good. Next one, we're going to do a sit-up and a knee press. Sit up, bring your knee to the chest. Let's go. Good. If you can't bring yourself up, just bring your knee to the chest. We're working the same muscles. Bring your knees to the chest. Very good. 2 more, 1 more, and rest it. Very good. Next one, Russian twists. Now, I will do the easy version with my heels on the floor. Elvis will do the hard one. Now we rock side to side. Let's go. Side to side. Keep going. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Nice one. Now, hands behind you. This is a hard one. I'll show you the hard one, I'll show you the easy one. Ready? In and out. Let's go. Out. Yes. Now if you can't do this, just use one leg. One leg. That's it. 2 and 1. Woo! Those abs are working. Very good. Now, straight legs. Hands behind your head, elbows to the knees. We start with the left elbow. Ready? Let's go. 1, 2. Everybody can do this one. Everybody can do this one. Just make sure you make contact with your elbows. Come on. And rest it. Excellent. Last one, leg raises. Everybody lie down. I'm going to raise one leg up at a time. Elvis is going to raise both legs. Elvis, let's go. Good. One leg at a time. Relax your head and shoulders on the floor. Lift that leg up. Try to keep your legs as straight as possible. And relax. Good job. Quick rest, because we're going to do it all over again. Sit up, jab cross. Let's go. 9, one more. 10, nice. I felt that one. All right, sit up, knee press. We're going to lie down, come up, knees to the shoulders. Let's go. This is also an option if you can't sit up, all right? But I'm going to sit up because I really want that six-pack to come out this 2021. 12 packs even. One more, and relax. In and out. Hands behind you. We're bringing the knees to the chest. Ready? 1. Woo! If you can't do this, remember, one leg at a time. I'm going to join Elvis here. One more, and relax. Woo! These abs are crying, aren't they crying? Elbows to the knees, hands behind your head. Get ready, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Make contact with those knees. Make contact. And 1, good. Now we're going to stretch both knees to the chest. Big hug. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Extend one leg out. Very good. And change. Excellent. Good job. Now extend both hands above your head and both legs. And imagine somebody is pulling your legs and another person is pulling your hands. You should feel that stretch all across the abs there. Let's count. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, that's such a relaxing stretch. I don't want to stand up from here, but we have to. Everybody get up. Good job. Cross those legs. Let's face the camera now. Drop the left elbow on the floor and stretch the side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now don't go back, just sweep close to the floor and drop the other elbow and reach over. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Remember, we're going to sweep again all the way around, and then we come up. Hands above the head, clasp, push towards the ceiling. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In front of you, push, stretch those shoulders. Very nice. Now, the next one's a little bit difficult, but just go as low as you can. Both palms on the floor and slide out. And let your chest touch your legs. Go and drop your head. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly roll up. Extend those legs in front of you. Shake, shake, shake. Wow, that was a good workout, wasn't it? That was nice. Give yourself a little massage. Come on. Sorry, darling. Sorry, muscles. We've disturbed you today. Shake, 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 and relax. Good job. Thank you for joining us today. Elvis, nice one. Yes. So keep safe and be good out there. Until the next time, bye-bye.
Welcome back. And this is the closing segment of the show, today with John and Helen.
Yeah, so John, the business of public speaking, as they say, does age play any role in it? Are the younger ones better at it or the older ones?
Well, I would say that it doesn't really matter. It's what you have brought to the table that matters, the way you handle it, the way,
your knowledge base, your presentation style, and all of that. So it doesn't really matter because you have courses for courses. You have different speakers for different audiences. So no, age would not be a factor.
At all.
Yes.
All right.
So you want my nugget for today?
Go ahead.
And my nugget for today is quite an interesting one. It's a general nugget, that deals with how you present yourself, how you are, how you sound,
Okay.
And it is this. It is not enough to be good. You also need to sound good, or it's no good. It's not enough to be good. You also need to sound good, or it's no good. So we go up there, we believe that our looks or our knowledge base, wisdom, and all of that, communicates the message to the audience. That's not enough. You need to sound good. You need to be able to deliver in a clear, concise, and understandable manner for your message to be communicated to your audience. So let's take delivery for granted. Delivery is a very important aspect in public speaking. And like I always say, public speaking is not only when you go up on stage. Even in the boardroom, you're speaking to your public. Even at home, within the family, you're communicating with your family. So public speaking goes with you everywhere. So make sure that you don't just look good, you sound good as well. Otherwise, it's no good.
Okay. All right. So for you to look good and sound good and be the part, it means that you have to prepare.
Oh, you have to prepare,
You have
of
to
course.
get
Of course,
educated.
you have to prepare. You don't ride
You
a
have to get
bicycle.
information.
You don't get to know how to ride a bicycle without, practicing.
True.
And then get your content in place.
Especially because we're dealing with the language that is not ours originally.
It doesn't
Most
even
of the
really
time.
matter. In whatever language, the content is there, right? The important thing now is for clarity and for being concise. Speak clearly and concisely. It doesn't matter to me if you sound like the Queen of England. I'd rather you even sound like a Hausa man, Yoruba, or Igbo man. As long as when you communicate, you are understood and you are heard.
You carry your audience along.
Carry your audience along. So
Okido.
that will be it for this week.
Yes.
And I must say that it's been a thoroughly fulfilling session on today's program.
You can say that again.
Yes.
And I hope that you have found this show as interesting and as fulfilling as we have. It's our pleasure, it's our job, it's our duty that we do this, especially for the family and the society. And one thing I've taken away today is that us who are the public, the followers, the power is in our hands.
That's right.
And so at this point in time, the power is in our hands, all right, to make our nation a better place. And so I'm asking, have you gotten your PVC? Is it ready for you to take that decision and use that franchise? Do you have yours ready?
I think so.
You think so, John? I will
I actually
kill
do,
you.
seriously.
I have mine.
I do.
All right, so let's meet again, same time, next week on the show today with John and Helen on Plus TV Africa. But don't forget that if you missed out on this outing today, we have an opportunity for you to watch again later tonight. 10:30 is the time, and 9:30 tomorrow morning. Thank you, and have a lovely weekend.
Goodbye.
Life can be fun and rewarding, but it also comes with some risk. As in business, you win some, you lose some. And that's why you need to be wise in the choices you make. It's like placing a bet. Again, you need to be wise. wise in choosing an innovative platform with the highest market options and highest odds ever. That's why Winners Golden Bet, the leader in online, in-shop, virtual, and live sports betting, gives you enhanced platforms that offer you the best chances of winning. For betting on live soccer matches, live dog races, and virtual games, Winners Golden Bet is your best bet. Instant payment on winnings guaranteed. Play online or in any of our numerous shops nearest to you.
Hey guys, be wise. Play on Winners Golden Bet.
Winners Golden Bet, the wise choice.
Nigeria's Niger Delta region, from where the black gold fuels Africa's largest economy, where the lines between wealth and poverty has never been thinner. Conflicts, poverty, insecurity, and environmental challenges daily confront the region. How can the Niger Delta story be changed for the better?
Join Mamude Akuga at 9 p.m. every Friday evening on Plus TV Africa as he probes deep in search of solutions.
Inside the Niger Delta with Mamude Akuga, the authentic voice of Nigeria's oil-rich region.
Research has it that working with your spouse has an impact on your personal relationship, as some couples believe that working and building a business together has made their personal relationship much stronger, deepening their trust, appreciation, and making both the business and marriage more successful. But the question is it healthy for couples to work together? Well, we're about finding out from this couple, Andrea and Collins Teke, who do not only have the same career, but also work in the same organization and as well share office space.
This is how these two on-air personalities resume their dream career jobs together every day. Collins and Andrea Teke were renowned individual broadcasters before they fell in love and got married. Not a few people think that relationships are hard enough to deal with on their own, and when you throw working together into the mix, it can get even trickier. One interesting thing about the Tekes is how seamless the couple anchors the same show together, a first of its kind in Nigerian radio.
Lagos, Nigeria, we want to know how you're doing this morning. What is going on around your area? We want you to tell us and also scream, "What's up, Lagos?" Yes! Yes! Cheers to life!
They didn't always work together. Collins used to run a production studio, and it was at work that he met Andrea.
I needed a female voice. The client demanded for a specific female voice that sounded a certain way. And explained it to one of my, staff or team members at the time. And he said, "No, I know this lady. This lady is, she has a great voice. She's fantastic. She's beautiful." So, the boss, you even like the babe self, that kind of thing. And I said, "Okay, let's hear." Before you know it, there was a phone call. Before you know it, and then, it was timely. She came into the studio working. She just stole the presence of the room, And I couldn't do anything. I didn't have anything in mind because at the time I was in another relationship.
What happens at home? Does Andrea take up the role of a traditional African wife and mom?
I'm blessed to have him. I'm not sure that I'll be able to meet up. I'm not sure that I would be able to meet up if he has not been the way he has been, that is being super supportive. I wake up in the morning and the first thing is to take care of my baby because we have a son together. The first thing is to take care of him, have his bath, prepare his meal, cook and, clean, have my own bath prepared, and then we come to work. But the good thing is he takes up the responsibility of bathing this boy in the morning. So he takes that off my duty, so to speak. Sometimes I do it while he cleans or dresses him up. And then I face the kitchen. So we share that responsibility. It's more like sharing the responsibility at home and also sharing the responsibility at work. So it makes it easy for me.
It's a situation of we are going to work together. Yeah. We have to leave at the same time. We meet at the same time. Get on time. and then do our show. We have to prep afterwards, do everything together. So I can't go back home and start saying, where's my food? Where's my food from where? You understand? So we plan it together, and I think that pushed me to also, rise to the occasion, which is something I would encourage, especially couples, whether or not you're working together, to rise to the occasion when your woman needs it the most.
Thank you. Spending time together may be good for their relationship, but this couple also faces challenges, especially in maintaining their individual identities.
People will call on the show and say, "Hey, Collins, tell your wife," and the wife is right there. They call and they greet him first before they greet me. Some don't even greet me. Some don't even regard that I am on the show with him. Yeah. So it dealt with me when we started initially, dealt with me mentally, dealt with me emotionally, because it felt like I am there, but still not there. Because, it took a while for people to recognize my presence, because at the end of the day, you are his wife. You are supposed to calm down when he's talking. You're supposed to be quiet when he's talking. And, this is my job. I was a broadcaster before I got married to him. Yeah. And so it is my job first. And that's what people took a while to embrace. It's still something I'm dealing with, and I think that people would gradually get used to it. There are no days that we don't have, times where we quarrel, times where he's on a different cloud, I'm on a different cloud, and we have to come on the radio and talk and make Lagos happy.
And do it. Kick a show.
And make Lagos happy. So it's actually challenging where you have to not let the world know that you're dealing with something and come on the air and be beautiful and be excited. We sometimes forget that we're having any issue, or there's a quarrel, or there's a misunderstanding, or there's one problem to deal with right on the show. Yeah. And after the show, we're out, we're giving ourselves, that was a great show.
I don't realize, but we're fighting. People tend to just make what they make out of the situation. So whatever you present is what you get. So before you know it, your individual brand starts sinking in the joint brand.
Sharing an office space requires this couple having as little time away from each other as possible, as nerves may become frayed.
We have to create the fun.
Exactly what I was going to say.
Make it a fun filled. That's what we do.
That's what I hear. We create our fun. When we're tensed, right, with everything happening. We call it decluttering. We probably go to the beach side, nobody with us, just the both of us, no phones, nothing. Yeah. And we are sitting, discussing what is going on in our lives as individuals and also as a couple. We just declutter. What I have been having in my mind that is building up to a resentment, I tell it to him. He also tells me we find a way to trash it out.
And it's a no judgment zone.
Yeah, we try not to judge each other. We just say the way it is.
A number of private organizations don't allow their staff get romantically linked. Collins shares his view about this.
It's a world that is changing from what it used to be, making laws just because you want to make laws, but doing it for the best interest, in the best interest of those involved. So it's a question of, the interest of those involved. I don't think it changes anything. If anything, couples working together has proven, at least in our own case, that it promotes bonding. It also promotes, in fact, I've been a better broadcaster, from the moment she joined me on radio, and even the listener could notice that. I've been a better person, individual, even at work, behaving myself, not doing anything. Because my family is here. I can't go around messing around. Even if I'm that crazy guy, I have to, So the benefits are countless. So if I don't know what the fears are, but I think I want to talk to organizations who have such policies. I think they should review it and give people the chance. I mean, there's nothing wrong for people to be in love and work together.
That's right. I agree with him.
The couple have advice for couples willing to work and build business together.
Once you can create a great atmosphere when you're together, when no one is looking at you, when there's no camera like this one, I'm sure you can replicate that easily when there's a camera. So, but if you do not have that great life and then you want to fake it in front of people and come in and say, oh, everything is fine, hey, you know, it's a matter of time. The toxicity that's involved in it would show, and then it would affect the work.
The work, yeah.
So it all depends on the couple.
There would be challenges. There are things that you would experience that will make you feel like, no, I can't go on anymore. That's just the way marriage is. There are tough times that will make you feel like, yo, I cannot continue this. It's going to happen even with the business. But if you take it the way you take your marriage and say, regardless of this turbulence, regardless of the challenges, it has to work. We have to get it done. When you have that mentality, trust me, it might just come out beautiful.
From the office of the tech guest,
So, yeah.
we head to the home of another interesting couple that has been into automobile mechanics for many years. Wale and Taya Oshikoya have been married for 10 years and working together in repairing vehicles. This home doubles as one of their workshops in Lagos. Marrying Wale was a dream come true for Tayo.
This work started through my husband. Even when we were during courtship, he has been on the field. I was not on the field, but I love the job. So after we get married, I have to join him so that we can work in together, because it's what I've been willing to do for long. And I just love that job. I just love it because when I was small, it's my dad's field. So I used to assist my dad when I was in primary, secondary school. So to God be the glory, after my school and everything, getting married, God now gave me someone that I love and the field I love most.
Meet my wife, we married together, and I have to tell my wife that this is kind of work that I'm doing. And I somebody that I love so much, and she loved the work. So when I say, well, I have to tell him to go and quit where he's working before. There's one company that she's working and is managing the company, and she agreed with me. She surrendered. She said, okay, she quit from there, and we'll join the work together. And thank God for now.
The home of Oshikoya's is well managed according to a lady mechanic, as Tayo is called.
My work did not disturb my home at all. Even we stay behind, maybe we close very late. My husband will tell me very early that you go home, children are home, they are off from school, go home. Then I'll come home, my husband will be doing the job. By the second day, early in the morning, we will go to balance up the job.
You say, Wale, I say, ma, I say, this business, you have to go more forward now. I said, like how? Now you introduced me to one fashionable school in Ikorodu, automobile school, technology. So we went together. Take me to the school. I said, oh boy, okay. So I see some my junior brother that's even my age, my children age mates. I say, you see those ones that will sit down together in the class. I say, oh, no problem now. And I encourage myself because I know what I'm looking for. I know what I'm going. I know where I'm coming from. I know where I'm going. So God give me I'll give God the glory. We'll sit down together, we'll write the exam, and then take me. So and I'll go there. He give me back school. He give me my shoe, give me my everything, uniform. I take it. I go to the school. I saw some of my age mates, of my class, of my children mates. You sit down together and say, Papa, I say, how are you? I'm your Papa, yes.
Personal and marital issue are not allowed to link into the workspace.
We both have our ups and downs, but it doesn't affect our business.
Exactly.
Our ups and downs is inside our room. Once we are in the same bed together, our ups and downs is off. It did not affect our work. Customer cannot even see it in my face. Rather than for me to now say that, no, it's someone I love. Why will I disturb his business, or why will I disturb my business? If that thing shows in my work, that means our career is nothing.
Normally, as a woman being, as a flesh, we have flesh. Sometimes we fight. We quarrel each other. I told you that, go and do this work. We say, well, I'm tired. I'm tired. Which kind tired? My friend, you have to do it too. You also, I'm your boss. Say, okay. You know that I'm tired. I'm a woman now. I say, you have to do it because you love the job. You say, okay. And you do it. Sometimes, like last week now, I said him to go and do work in Ibadan. He said, only me. I said, yes, now. You go and face the work and you defend the work. And you should go. Sometimes we'll quarrel, you fight, but you will say I will hug him back because I know that his woman says some things that I'll say, okay, come outside, leave, let me come and lose it for you. So we'll have to settle it back.
Wale and Tayo have had to endure side talks from people who think their line of profession is strange.
There's one man I used to work with him. He just called me, say, Wale. I said, sir. He said, why your wife used to follow you up and down? I said, sir, my wife is my colleagues. My wife is my partner for this business. If I want to take a boat now, or I want to do something, I want to buy this, I want to lose this, I will tell him, yeah, go and do this, go and do this. So I've faced so many challenges on this work with my wife. But so far, my wife, somebody like he make courage on the work, and she determined on him. There's no how people can discourage him. Even he will face so many challenges on mommy's side, on family side issue. They say, why you follow your husband? Why do you tell your husband to open a supermarket for you and do business and selling and do this? You say, Mom, that's your own time. This is my own time. This person, I love it, and I love the job. So all the worry people saying is wrong. Sometimes they'll call me and say, Wale, why you don't get money to give your wife? I say, Mommy, it's not that I don't have money to give my wife, but my wife loves this job. So what? Say, okay, after some things, or after so many years, they leave us.
If you are a dirty person from your home, you will surely be a dirty person. But if I'm going out now, wash my body, clean my hands, you won't believe that this person is a mechanic. I fix fingers as well. I do makeup if I'm going out. You won't even believe that I am a mechanic. That is why at times if we go to customers' house, before putting on my overall, they will say, you come with your wife. If they not say that, no, she's a mechanic, they will say, the women, they love to see me doing the job. They will say, Oga, go and sit down first. Let me see her, the way she's performing the whole things. Even if after everything, if the woman will not say, wow, woman does this one. If my workmanship is 2,000 naira, we say, oh, my dear, let me give her 5,000 naira because she encouraged me.
Sometimes I will tell them that, okay, today we want to go out, we don't do any work, we don't have any customers place today. We are going and dress, wear your dress, do your nails, do everything. I will take him out to go and enjoy ourselves.
As a woman, there is nothing hard. If you have the determination, this thing I want to lose it. It's almost the same thing the way we handle our husband and children at home. Any children that's very difficult, you know how to handle those children. That's why the work is.
See people that start before us, that is doing this business, that there is no more again. But we just give the God the glory because we achieved so many things on this work. And we thank God the kind of wife that is given to me. So we achieve so many things.
A work that you are doing, you can be able to train your children school, and you can be able to cater for your home, and you can even have a shelter on your head, having your own car. What else someone needs on this earth? Nothing more.
They have also faced challenges working together as a mechanic couple.
If you have a space outside there, people see couples working together, we have more customers. But immediately you go outside there to make your own workshop, government will come and demolish it. It's a big challenge on us, even all mechanics. They see the work as a dirty work and they are going out on their daily basis with their cars. And of which, if the car eventually stopped on the road, they're still going to call we mechanics.
Wale and Tayo believe mono-career couples can emerge strong and fulfilled as long as their values align.
I encourage the people that want to do the business, want to do the work. They should focus on the thing that they want to do. Don't look down on yourself. Maybe you are too big, you are too do this. Just focus on it. And the couples that want to do the business, they have to have trust. Trust your wife. Let wife trust your husband. If you make money today, it's not that the money that you make today, you make sure that you finish all the money. You have to put half for savings or anything. Because like this job that we're doing now, we use some our money to run the business.
If you have passion, you have zeal for your husband's work, and you doesn't have anything doing, it's very advisable to join your husband once you don't have any skeleton in quotes in your cupboard. So you have every right to join your husband just to make the business boom.
Our findings point that some couple craft a way to thrive in love and work by understanding each transition and knowing what questions to ask and what traps to avoid.
Yes! Cheers to life!